Everybody, welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Of course, I am your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV, back at it again with another banger, my friends. So, y'all go ahead, kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me. Man, salute to you guys, yo. Like the last couple of days has just been amazing with the content. I've been putting out quality stuff for y'all as always. Y'all really shown up, showed out, like, subscribed, commented, shared, and just show love to the content, man. So thank y'all so much. And I have to just emphasize this point before we get into this AP poll that none of this is possible without you great people, man. So thank y'all so much for the support. Especially y'all been running it up the last few days, man. So much love to y'all. Thank y'all for supporting me. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share, all that good stuff. And follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV. Stay up with all the latest with the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Saheed, welcome in, guys. New AP poll out. New AP poll out. We got to get y'all's reaction. Now, I will say a lot of people were saying UConn was going to get jumped by South Carolina after South Carolina picked up two top 10 wins. And they still find themselves at third, even though UConn had the ranked win against Louisville. Yeah. We know. But come on, bro. South Carolina was absolutely disrespected. I got to start this off with Don Staley.
We're in high demand, so you could probably schedule a game on the moon. There will be people going to a women's basketball game on the moon. I'm happy for our game. It's long overdue. It's televised. It is. I mean, it's. This is the place that we've always envisioned ourselves. Like we've always envisioned ourselves. Maybe some other people didn't have this kind of vision, but the players and the coaches and the fans, they envision us being here. So there's no turning back.
Y'all heard it. Ain't no going back. No going back. Women's college hoops, women's basketball in general has just reached a new level of stardom, superpower, and following from the W. It carried over from college, what Caitlin Clark and what Angel Reese helped kick the door in onto a whole new level of viewers. It is carried over to the WNBA, and now we see it continuing in the college game, man. Players leave, jersey numbers change, the game, the intensity remains the same. And you love to see it. You love to see it. But I will say, man, I genuinely love what I'm seeing from the growth of the game. But, yo, looking at this top 25 poll right now that was recently released, UCLA remains number one, UConn at number two, South Carolina coming in at number three, man. And I feel like I really got to say this, y'all. Not trying to be a homer. I don't have a dog in the fight right now, but I do want to say South Carolina got disrespected. How do you go beat Duke and then go on the road and beat a top 10 undefeated TCU squad in their house by 30 plus? And you don't move? You don't move at all in the rankings? Saheed, I'm right there with you. The women's game compared to the men's game in college right now, there's no comparison. The star power is incredible. The staying power. They're not leaving. They're not one and dones. We're getting to see Juju Watkins, Hannah Hidalgo, Paige Beckers for years and years and years to build on those memories and that relatability. There's just more relatability in the women's college game right now. But y'all let me know. Let me get a poll up. First poll. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. South Carolina, I think, in my opinion, has played the toughest schedule of anybody in women's college hoops this season. They played the toughest schedule. I don't even think it's a debate at this point. South Carolina has absolutely played the hardest schedule in women's college hoops. Now, I got a poll. We're going to get the first poll up and running. Do y'all feel like South Carolina was disrespected in this poll, coming at number three after racking up two top 10 wins? Was South Carolina disrespected? I mean, honestly, I'm really surprised they didn't jump UConn. And that's no shade to UConn. They did what they were supposed to do. They beat who was on their schedule. They had a very impressive win against Louisville, number 22nd team in the country. They got a ranked win. But I think it's fair to say there's not a team out there in the country that's more battle tested than South Carolina right now. The wins that they have, yeah, they lost to UCLA, who remains number one, who should still remain number one. But I think South Carolina has absolutely bounced back from those games, smacking Iowa State, smacking TCU, holding on and beating a very tough Duke squad as well. Let me get a poll up, though, for the people. And I mean, when you talk about a team just straight dominating, what we saw, how they held every single player for TCU except for Haley Van Lith under double digits, how they swarmed them and forced all types of turnovers, how Ashlyn Watkins caught a body. Hold on real quick. I gotta, just real quick. Just real quick, man. We gotta hold on. I mean, bro,
Watkins swatted by Prince.
Ashlyn Watkins
And
stripped
then the steal by Watkins to take
coast
it
to
right
coast.
back. Prince
Sedona, don't jump on your head. Are you kidding me? The play that changed the whole trajectory of that game. They completely shell-shocked. After that dunk, they completely shell-shocked TCU, man. Other than Haley Van Lith, nobody showed up. South Carolina has went and beaten Iowa State, destroyed them, smacked them. They go in on the road to TCU and beat an undefeated top 10 team by 30 plus? If that's not a statement win, I don't know what is. Raven Johnson came out and was phenomenal. First double-digit scoring effort, 11 points. Malaysia Fulwiley bounce back game. Got out of her slump, had 20 off the bench for this group. South Carolina is by far the deepest team in the country, man. UCLA, I gotta give them all the credit in the world because they played the perfect game to beat South Carolina. Lauren Betts has looked like a legitimate player of the year candidate. Kiki Rice is getting back right. Like UCLA has a squad, man. So it's no disrespect to them, but I still feel like South Carolina is the best team in the country. And they're the most battle tested right now. Like, it's not even close. I just really think that they should be the number 2 team in the country. They've staked that claim. They've earned that right. They've earned that privilege to be the number 2 team in the country. And I know they're not too big on rankings or wins this early in the season. But I feel like they're kind of getting slighted right now, man. When you go on the road and beat an undefeated top 10 team by 30 plus, and then you got UConn who beat Louisville, and then beat an unranked team. The math isn't mathing. And that's no shade to UConn, because UConn has been really good this year. Paige Beckers has had a couple slow starts, couple slump games, you know what I'm saying, couple bad games. Went 2 for 11, still shooting over 50% from the field. Sarah Strong is here. And she is definitely in the running for that player of the year run. Absolutely. I would say UCLA winner. LSU moves up in the ranks. Nice overtime win. Stanford gave them everything they could handle in the PMAC. Nice overtime win. And they're not being punished for their lackluster schedule. But Flau'jae Johnson has looked like one of the best players in the country, one of the best guards. She's made that step to elite at this point in time. I don't know if it's Simone Augustus joining the staff and a switch has flipped, but she definitely looks like a WNBA player, hands down. Just the confidence, the way she's scoring the basketball off the dribble, getting to her spots, the mid-range, the three-point shot. She's always been elite in full court, like in open space. But y'all let me know, was South Carolina disrespected? 69% of y'all say South Carolina was absolutely disrespected in this latest poll. I think it was cool Tennessee made the jump into the poll, man. Speaking of South Carolina, Talasia Cooper, averaging 19 points a game, former South Carolina Gamecock, transferred to Tennessee, first-year head coach with them. And I'm telling you, man, Tennessee looks legit. They got a big win over Iowa. I like what I saw. Cooper is one of the best guards in the SEC right now. She's playing great basketball. Let's look some more at the poll, though. And let me catch up in the comments, man. Y'all got the comments spicy right now. Y'all got the comments spicy right now. Let's catch up with some comments, man. We got some of the usual suspects. Guys, if this is your first time within the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast, make sure you hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share, all that good stuff. And follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV and join our memberships. We got exclusive content coming daily, weekly, whenever you need it. So definitely check that out, man. But y'all, give me y'all's initial takeaways from this top 25 poll, this new poll. My initial takeaway is South Carolina got absolutely gypped. LSU not being punished for a weak schedule moves into the top 4. They have been battle tested, not by ranked teams, but they have been battle tested. Because that Stanford game, man, Michaela Williams showed us what she was made of. Texas drops 2 spots there at number 6 after losing to Notre Dame at OT. But shout out to Jordan Lee, the freshman for Texas, went 6 for 6 last night from 3. She's a lockdown defender, bringing in a winning pedigree. When they get Layla Fukulia back into her form, I know she's playing, but when they get her back into her form like she was in her bag at Michigan, Madison Booker as well, like Texas is going to be something to be reckoned with. Duke only dropped 1 spot, respectfully. Notre Dame getting back up. They go back up 2 spots after, they lost a couple of tough games. They dropped a couple after that. After they beat USC, they dropped a couple of games. They come back on the road and beat a very talented Texas squad. So shout out Notre Dame. Hannah Hidalgo, y'all. Hannah Hidalgo. She is a dog, yo. Like, she has looked like the best point guard in the country, leading the nation in steals. She's on another level, and we wondered how the dynamic with her and Olivia Miles would work in that backcourt, man. But they share the basketball extremely well. And Sonia Citron has been the unheralded hero. She's going to be a very good 3-and-D player in the WNBA. Y'all heard it here. Let me catch up in the comments, though. Let me catch up in the comments. And y'all keep talk to me in the comments. Let me know. Give me initial takeaways. Give me initial takeaways from this top 25. South Carolina played one elite team. They haven't really played anybody. And when they played UCLA, they tails kicked. The AP still looking at that loss against UCLA. They definitely are. They are holding that loss strong. They are definitely holding on to that loss. UCLA dominated that game, though. Like, I'm not here to sugarcoat it by any means. UCLA dominated that game. Let's be clear. And Lauren Betts was exceptional. I honestly thought when they went up against Sedona Prince that she was going to give them more problems than UCLA did. But South Carolina's playing with a different hunger since they lost that game. They got their edge back. I think it's fair being that UCLA and UConn are both still undefeated. Sarah Strong, UConn, definitely doing some great things. Did y'all see Coach Gino Auriemma said that we haven't seen anything like what Sarah Strong is doing since Stewie was in town? It's getting serious in UConn, man. I love the addition of Caitlin Chen at that point guard spot, taking over for Nika Mule. Give me y'all's initial takeaways. I do think that they beat anyone in the nation, including UCLA, if they play again. Agreed. Everybody loves Juju. Welcome in. Why would they go to number 1 beating the 9th-ranked team? No, number two. Not number 1. Number 2. I'm happy to see USC move up. Yes, Juju Watkins and Kiki Ariapin continue to prove that they are one of the most dynamic duos in the country. Juju fouled out that last game, and they still got the dub over Oregon. It's weird seeing that game, that once rivalry game. It's weird seeing that in the Big Ten, but it's cool. It's cool. Juju Watkins continues to be one of the most prolific scorers in the country. And I think they're getting some solid point guard play out of Kaylee Heckle now. I definitely think they're getting some solid point guard minutes. We were kind of wondering who was going to step up and be that primary ball handler to initiate the offense for USC. Hated seeing Kennedy Smith go down, 5-star recruit, McDonald's All-American that have been starting since the beginning of the season for this group. Hated seeing her go down, but Heckle stepping in. Kiki Ariafin's back in her bag after she's only had really one bad game all year. But her and Juju Watkins doing a lot of heavy lifting. Ryan Marshall down there blocking shots, grabbing rebounds, doing the dirty work that doesn't always show up in the box score. Guys, welcome in, welcome in. If you're just joining, we're breaking down the new AP Top 25 poll, man. I honestly, we've been talking about the entire list. If you're just joining, a quick recap. I feel like South Carolina was disrespected. I understand UConn is still undefeated, but man, when you look at the strength of schedule, bro, South Carolina is hands down the most battle-tested team in the country, without a doubt. And their only loss is to the number one team in the country. I'm just saying. You go beat Duke, then you go on the road and beat an undefeated TCU by 30 plus. Dominant performance. Dominant defensive performance. I'm just saying that stuff's got to be taken into consideration, y'all. But hey, if this is your first time, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share, join our memberships to stay up with all the latest and the greatest with the Live with Brandon Blaney podcast. Follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV as well. Hey, man. Love what USC is doing, though. Juju Watkins continues to be in that running for Player of the Year. Everybody loves Juju. You're not wrong. I mean, she's got as good a chance as anybody's. I hope Notre Dame can beat UConn so Gamecocks move up to number 2. That Notre Dame game is going to tell us a lot. If AZ Fudd is 100% and ready to go, I'm taking UConn. If they're 100% healthy, I'm taking UConn in that game. I just think their depth is going to wear down Notre Dame. But Notre Dame, man, has that three-headed monster. Sonia Citron Garten, Paige Beckers is going to feed families. I'm telling you right now. And Caitlin Chen, KK Arnold, Ashlyn Shea, these guards better take care of the basketball because Olivia Miles, as well as Hannah Hidalgo, are straight hawking. And if you get caught dribbling high, taking a play off, you will get your pocket pick. You will get your pocket pick. Hannah Hidalgo definitely went into USC and took Juju's chain. I'm just saying, if we're talking about Juju being Player of the Year, Hannah Hidalgo has to be in that conversation without a doubt. She's looked like the best guard in the country so far, in my opinion, man. But I did make a separate video talking about Player of the Year candidates on my page. So y'all make sure to go check that out as well. But let me know y'all's initial reaction, man. We 100 deep in here right now. We 100 deep in here right now, man. Respect to y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Let me know how y'all feeling about this top 25. Let me know. The new top 25 is out. I love Tennessee is back. Tennessee is back, one of the cornerstones. They forced Iowa into 30 turnovers. Former South Carolina Gamecock Talasia Cooper found her spot after redshirting last year, averaging over 19 a game. First-year head coach. I'm just saying. Let me catch up in the comments. Who do y'all got, though? That's going to be a good game. Okay, so 67% said that South Carolina was disrespected. I want to get y'all's take on this big game that's coming up. We're going to keep going over the poll. I'm going to keep getting deeper into this list. I got y'all. But I want to know, who are y'all taking? Who you taking? Who you taking? UConn, Notre Dame. This is going to be an elite battle of guards. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. This is going to be some elite guard play. And having vets on their team like Olivia Miles and Paige Beckers, I mean, the experience, productive guard play is just priceless. Let me catch up with some of the comments, though. Let me know. Keep talking to me in the comments. I'm going to get to as many comments as I can, y'all. I'm going to get to as many of these comments as I can. Yep, Byron, you already know. Clark and Reese. LSU should not be 4. They should be ranked 7. LSU not being punished for that weak schedule. I mean, they blew out Coppin State, but they've played one ranked team all year. UCLA has played one ranked team all year, and they did beat NC State. But that's the only ranked win we've seen. Stanford is not a ranked team. They're better than people think. They're absolutely better than people think. But LSU, I mean, they handle business. They're still undefeated. They desperately need a big, though. I don't know if y'all been watching. They desperately need a big. But Anissa Morrow at 6'1" has been holding it down in that paint. But they don't got nobody else. Samaya Smith has been up and down. Flage has been incredible. Michaela Williams has been on fire as of late. I love the freshman Jada Richard. Kaylin Gilbert is hooping. Jersey Wolfenbarger put together some pretty good games, man, but she's disappeared in like the last three. I thought she would be able to provide some valuable front court minutes being 6'5" for this group, but nah, man. LSU's they've been tested. I think they have a better team than they had last year. I like this group. I'm not here to bash LSU, but let's be honest, man. Compared to the other top teams, UCLA, UConn, and South Carolina, LSU has definitely played the weakest schedule, and that's why they're undefeated right now, and they're still behind South Carolina. Strength of schedule is taken into consideration. Period. And hey, Byron, it's probably Cooper Flag. I guess USC Trojans won't earn y'all respect until they beat UConn, I see. Or, hey, man, hey, USC definitely has my respect. USC definitely has my respect. I just hate Kennedy Smith went down, man. Galen, welcome in. Welcome in. Guys, if this is your first time, hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share to stay up with the latest and the greatest with the Live of Brandon Blakely podcast. But we see LSU at number 4, undefeated, right? Below South Carolina because of strength of schedule. But LSU, I mean, this is a formula that Coach Kim Mulkey has used for many years, and it's worked out. Maryland, man, talk about the job that Maryland did in the transfer portal. I knew Sailor Poffenbarger was going to be a big-time addition for them, and she just had her biggest game. The Big Ten is stacked, man. I love what Ohio State is doing as well with Jelani Cambridge, Cody McMahon. They got a big win over Illinois, a ranked team as well. Between them, I think Iowa, once they start taking better care of the basketball, they will be back into the top 2. Like they'll have something to say. They'll compete for that Big Ten title. But the Big Ten is absolutely stacked, man. But Maryland, you talk about just adding so much talent in the transfer portal, man. They're so well balanced. That is a team that definitely needs to be talked about more. I love Keomi Miller at Rutgers as well. Yeah, Juju's got to cut down on the turnovers and, take better shots. But I think that comes with time. They need Kaylee Heckle handling the ball more, though, man. They need her handling the ball more. I mean, USC just needs some steady play at point guard. Kind of thought Oregon State transfer Talia von Oelhoffen was going to be that steady presence at the guard position for them, but we just haven't seen that from her. She's playing better, though. Gamecocks don't care about rankings. South Carolina definitely starting to jail. And what's cool about that blowout, we got to look at the future with Maddie McDaniel at the 1, Malaysia Fulwiley at the 2, and Tessa Johnson at the 3. I mean, that's still exciting. And I know people have been critical about Malaysia. We talked a lot about Malaysia Fulwiley. There's been talk about her needing a transfer. There's been talk about her losing minutes. Coach Don Staley losing faith in her. And she just comes out, gives Haley Van Lith hell on defense, drops 20 off the bench, and reminds us who the hell she is. Really, though. Loved what I saw from her. Yeah, man, I hate that Kennedy is down. I hate that Kennedy Smith went down. Y'all keep talking to me in the comments. Make sure to hit that subscribe button as well so you can join in on the conversation, man. None of this is possible without you great people. Lindy, welcome in. Welcome in. Guys, I'm telling y'all right now, man, I got the best chat on YouTube. I don't care what nobody say. Y'all bring the noise every night, man. Much love to y'all. I appreciate y'all rocking with me, choosing my platform to come share y'all's opinions with. Y'all know Saheed, Lindy, y'all know good and well I've been talking about Notre Dame being the dark horse to win the championship, the addition of Kate Koval. And to be honest, The scary part about Notre Dame is they don't even have Maddie Westbeld back yet, man. Wait till Maddie comes back. I'm telling you, man, Notre Dame is a force. They're definitely my dark horse. Yeah, Talia definitely needs to play better. I think we're seeing how much Reagan Beers actually helped her out. Yeah, Full Wiley is electrifying. She's one of the most electrifying guards in the country. At times, she takes bad shots. At times, she turns the basketball over. But when she's locked in, she's unguardable, and she's a pesky on-ball defender. Y'all seen her rip Haley Van Lith in open court a couple of times and took it away for the leg. I'm just saying, lay with the butter is the real deal. Nah, Heckle couldn't handle Oregon, so Malia Samuel stepped up. Absolutely, absolutely. I'm from Cal. I know Heckle needs more growth. She's definitely amazing. She's a freshman, though. And Samuels is older, more experienced. A veteran came in there and provided some solid point guard play. Absolutely. We'll see if it sticks, if they can be consistent. Right now, it feels like it's point guard by committee at USC. Yeah, hey, get back on them Bruins. RC, get back in on them Bruins. You still got them in the title. Get back on them Bruins, bro. IDK, what is up with her and Staley? But Full Wally can play anywhere. Hey, I'm telling you, man. People were saying that. I mean, do y'all feel like she should transfer? Full Wally could definitely have her own team. And we've seen Sanaya Rivers when she's doing the NC State since she left South Carolina. We see what Talasia Cooper is doing at Tennessee. That's no shade to Coach Don Staley, but I mean, it's only one basketball to go around, and it's a lot of mouths to feed. I'm just saying. Does transferring help her adjust to her ultimate goal of getting to the WNBA, getting her more reps, putting her in more positions? I don't know, man. I mean, it's working out right now in South Carolina for her. I'll say that, but you know, minutes is scarce, and we don't know what Raven Johnson's gonna do. Sonia Citron is one of the best perimeter defenders in the country. She's one of the best 3-and-D players in the country. And if the Indiana Fever are to draft her, it will be a movie in Indiana. Did y'all see the defensive job she did on Juju Watkins? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. She's the unsung hero. You really have to watch Notre Dame play to really appreciate Sonia Citron. I'm going to tell you that right now. You really have to watch them play because she is active every play, fighting over screens, blocking shots, tipping passes, causing havoc, bothering shots. She can shoot the three. Good secondary ball handler, can create off the dribble, can create for others. Like Sonia Citron, man, is one of the most underrated players in the country. She is absolutely, without a doubt, a top 10 draft pick in the WNBA draft. Maybe top 8. She might not slip past 8. I'm just saying. Maddie is a clone of Malaysia for a while, or of Don Staley. And see, South Carolina fans was mad at my last video when I said that maybe a transfer may not be the worst idea. Maddie, as people keep saying Malaysia for a while is a shooting guard and comparing her to Kyrie. I definitely see the Kyrie Irving comparison. She's a female Kyrie, but are people forgetting that Kyrie played point guard his whole life? Kyrie never played shooting guard until he got over to the Nets and James Harden was the primary ball handler. He was the point guard the entire time for the Cleveland Cavaliers, bro. J.R. Smith was the shooting guard. Malaysia Fulwali was recruited to play point guard. She is a combo guard. She can play either one, but to reach her full potential, she needs to be dominating the ball. She needs to be the primary ball handler. She's an elite playmaker. And she needs to be allowed to make plays. Now, playing off ball is going to hinder her development next to Maddie McDaniel. And how many ISO players have really flourished under Don Staley? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But you got Maddie McDaniel in there who's eating up minutes from her, who's been playing more minutes than her, that is second in the country in assist to turnover ratio as a freshman. Maddie McDaniel's not going anywhere. There's not even a guarantee that Malaysia Fulwiley starts next year if Raven Johnson comes back. Then on top of that, you got Breezy Hall. She's probably going pro. Maybe. Like there's a lot of mouths to feed. And then you still got recruits coming in as well. I'm just saying, man. It felt like at some point Malaysia Fulwiley was going to get handed the keys to the kingdom to this offense. And Tessa Johnson. You still got Tessa Johnson in the rotation. Can't forget about big game Tessa as well. At some point, it felt like Malaysia Fulwiley was going to get handed the keys to this offense. And now it seems like Maddie McDaniel will be receiving that honor. That's all I'm saying. And South Carolina fans was mad at me. Malaysia Fulwiley is a combo guard. She's not a two guard. She plays either one. She can play on ball. She can play off ball. I do like the Kyrie comparisons, but Kyrie was a point guard his whole career up until matching up with James Harden in Brooklyn. Malaysia Fulwiley has played point guard her entire life. She was recruited as a point guard. She came to South Carolina as a point guard. She's been moved off ball, and maybe that hinders her development. I don't know. That's all I'm saying. So he says, yeah, Malaysia Fulwiley should leave. Don likes Maddie. Fulwiley is the best on SC. She's elite. We will never, ever have parity as long as SC keeps rolling people over like they do. I mean, when you're going on the road beating top 10 teams by 30 plus, what else is there left to say? What is there left to say? You rolling top 10 teams by 30. Yeah, Malaysia Fulwiley might be the best shot blocking guard in the country too. I ain't trying to sound crazy enough, but we need more dogs on the Hawkeyes roster, Brandon. We have some really pleasant hoopers. We need more dogs. Mom will be like Lucy, more Caitlin. Yeah, somebody that's gonna go out there and take the soul up out you. I'm right there with you. They need some scrappers. I'm right there with you, RC. Who do you think will make the Final Four this season? My Final Four, I got UCLA, I got South Carolina, I got Notre Dame, and I got USC. I think that's gonna be the Final Four. I think that's gonna be the Final Four. UCLA, South Carolina, USC, Notre Dame. That's my top four. That's my Final Four. That's my Final Four right there. Let me know what y'all think. UCLA, South Carolina, USC, Notre Dame, Final Four. What y'all think? No disrespect to UConn. Actually, no disrespect. I'm taking USC out of there. I think UCLA gets it done. I think UConn in the Final Four. Let me switch that. So UConn, UCLA, South Carolina, Notre Dame. Notre Dame. That's my Final Four. Let me correct myself because I don't want to leave UConn out. I got you. I'm high on UConn. I think they're South Carolina's biggest competition. I got UConn, South Carolina, UCLA, Notre Dame. My Final Four. South Carolina, UCLA, UConn, Notre Dame. Final Four right there. Final Four. Y'all let me know. Lindy say, as long as UConn don't win, that's all that matters. Kathy says championship game will be UConn versus USC with South Carolina winning repeat title. I definitely could see South Carolina or Notre Dame making the title game. I definitely could see UConn or Notre Dame making the title game and play South Carolina. I think South Carolina is definitely going to be there. It's just going to be who's going to play against them at this point. It's going to be who's playing against South. I definitely think, in my opinion, Notre Dame or UConn will be playing South Carolina for the title. Bro, Tessa Johnson should be starting. No disrespect to Breezy Hall. She's a vet. She's waited her turn. She's a national champion. Tessa Johnson's a better player. You're not losing anything on defense. She's a better shooter at this point. And she just offers more upside, man. She makes the right play every time. She does more. Her game has more depth to it. And she guards in multiple positions. She's physical. She makes winning plays. Tessa Johnson should be starting at the 3 next to Tina Powell and Raven Johnson. Tessa Johnson should be starting, period. I'll die on that hill. Yep, you're right. RC, you can't please everybody, and I'm going to just keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to just keep doing what I'm doing. That's it. Chris, welcome in, my guy. Welcome in, family. Yeah, London Jones lit SC up, and it's kind of quiet since. I do like Gabriella Jaquez, though. I ain't gonna lie. I like Gabriella Jaquez for UCLA, man. UCLA got so much dang length, man. Like, they are so long. They are so long. And I love that Kiki Rice is back as well. I love that Kiki Rice is back in this group. I think she has the potential to take that step from being a really, really good point guard to an elite point guard. They beat Washington yesterday. I think Tamia Gardner was a big addition to them. Kiki Rice had 18 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. She's looking like herself. I love that freshman, too, Alina Arinsalo. I think she is an absolute dog in the backcourt as well. With Arinsalo as well as Kiki Rice, man, I mean, that's a tough duo right there. London Jones, the shooter. Lauren Betts had 23 points. Only 3 rebounds, though. That was uncharacteristic. But, yeah, no, I really like UCLA's team. Tamia Gardner has been a really good addition. I love Janiyah Barker. She's a potential lottery pick. I thought she was a big addition. 6'3", 6'4", long, athletic, offensive games developing, getting better every game. Really good defender, can defend the post, can defend the perimeter as well. I mean, UCLA just has size everywhere. They have size everywhere, y'all. Guys, welcome in. If you're just joining, we're talking about the top 25 poll. Make sure if this is your first time, go ahead. What you waiting on? Hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share, all that good stuff. Join our memberships. We got exclusive content coming daily, weekly, whenever you need it. Also, like, subscribe, comment, and also follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV. You dig? Let me know. Let me know what y'all are thinking, man. Give me y'all final four. Talk to me. Talk to me. But yeah, I really like UCLA. Lots of depth. Lots of size, man. Lots of length. I love Maryland. Maryland is a team that's not getting talked about enough. To be honest with y'all, I would probably put Maryland in the top 5 right now. Duke only dropped 1 spot. Oklahoma, Reagan Beers continues to be one of the most productive bigs in the country. She's having a major year for Oklahoma. I mentioned Ohio State earlier. Cody McMahon having a career year. Jelani Cambridge, one of the best point guards in the country, one of the best freshmen in the country, doing her thing. North Carolina, Lissa Usby, Sierra Toomey, another player that I really enjoy watching. West Virginia doing some good things. Kentucky falls 2 spots. They got their doors blown off by North Carolina, man. Coach Kenny Brooks, Georgia Moore, trying to get it going right there, rebuilding the program. Iowa State moves up 2 spots. Iowa State might be the most shaky team in this whole thing, though. They almost lost to Drake, and they lost to Northern Iowa. I'm just saying. I love Audie Crooks. I love Addie Brown. They are 2 of the most dynamic players in the Big 12. But Iowa State kind of shaky, man. Tennessee, I talked about them earlier, man. They're doing some great things. Their debut at number 19, undefeated. Really beat a tough Iowa squad, forced 30 turnovers. Talia Cooper is absolutely hooping. First year head coach making it's a new era at Tennessee. Iowa dropped 4 spots after the loss. Coach Jen Jansen, her first year. Lucy Olson has been incredible. Addison O'Grady might be the most improved player in the country. I'm just saying. They're still waiting for Sydney Fulter to return back to her previous form last year. But, she coming back off that injury. I think she will be fine. Hannah Stolke. I love the way that she's taken on the role of being a bigger playmaker this year, averaging a career high in assists. Michigan, Silence Swords. Oh, my goodness. Walking bucket. Ole Miss drops 4 spots. But, hey, Coach Yo, look, man, Coach Yo continues to have a very tough, well-coached, and disciplined group and make you work for everything. They took USC to the absolute brink. NC State back in the top 25 as well. Shout out Isaiah James. Zam Jones, one of the better freshman point guards in the ACC. I think she's going to be a star. Sanaya Rivers playing good basketball for them as well. Nebraska moves in, and Georgia Tech makes their debut. So a lot of different teams to look at, man. A lot of winners, a lot of losers in this. Looking at the poll, man, I would definitely say UCLA, UConn, South Carolina, LSU, USC all winners. Texas a loser, Maryland a winner. Notre Dame definitely bounced back with another big win. They had kind of been in a slump since beating USC on the road. They get a big win in OT against Texas. I still think Duke is a really good team. They played South Carolina really tough. I love Jada Donovan with that group. I think it's a different game. Also, if Reagan Richardson doesn't get in foul trouble, she's one of the best guards in the country. In my opinion, one of the smoothest bucket getters. Michigan State at 17. Some unusual suspects coming out, man. When I tell y'all, that Big Ten is going to be tough. That Big Ten is going to be tough this year, man. I'm telling you right now, that Big Ten is going to be tough. Coach Staley is loyal to her senior starters. Yes, she is. That's why she's not switching players. Don't forget they were instrumental. They absolutely were. But Coach Don Staley has also been one too, Kathy, to ride the hot hand, too. But, hey, even Asia Wilson came off the bench. So, I mean, it's no shade there. But I think, honestly, Maddie McDaniel has been the best point guard on this roster, man. No shade to Raven Johnson, but Maddie, just from a pure point guard, like playmaking, she's been leading them in assists with less minutes. She offers more offensive upside than Raven on an average night. But Raven, talk about a breakout game, man. Knocking down three-pointers, continues to run the show on offense. The unsung hero, the glue player for this group that makes winning plays. She's averaging career highs in rebounding right now. She's one of the best perimeter defenders in the country. Just wreaks havoc on defense with her length, tipping all types of passes, just pressuring opposing ball handlers for 94 feet. Raven is talented, man. There are limitations to her game, but what she does well, she does really well. Yeah, Tessa definitely should be starting. Let's see what happens December 21st. Yeah, man, I hate Kennedy is out. She was having a really good game. Yeah, smart guy did talk about Texas, man. Jordan Lee, the freshman, McDonald's All-American for Texas, set a record in their last game, went 6 of 6 from 3-point range. She's a really tenacious defender. I think she is going to be a big part of what they're doing. They need to get Layla Filia back to how she was playing in her Michigan bag, but Madison Booker, Rory Harmon, talented. I love seeing Rory Harmon back 100%, leading this team. How about Madison Booker stepping up, though, when she went out last year as the number one playmaker for this group? She's turned into a true point forward. Shea Holly shooting that rock. Texas got some talent, man. I mean, they're definitely going to be in the running for the SEC title. In the SEC, Texas is absolutely, hands down, the biggest threat to South Carolina. Without a doubt, in my opinion. I think Texas is a better team than LSU. I'm taking Texas over LSU. Yeah, Audie Crooks, man, she continued to lose weight all through last year, but she's got to continue to get into peak form because when she's on the court, she can be dominant. I was struggling to take care of the basketball without Caitlin Clark, man. 30 turnovers is nasty work. 30 turnovers, that is unforgivable. Iowa done had 50 turnovers, y'all. Iowa has had 50 turnovers in the last two games. Okay, we're talking about. We're talking about. I mean, I would say maybe Alicia Gray might be the closest. That's a good question. Don Staley has put numerous bigs that are stars in the league. Who is the biggest star guard to come out of South Carolina, though? And y'all see out of all the players that are getting drafted that aren't sticking in the league or that are having trouble, Destiny Henderson, guard. Bria Bill, guard. Zaya Cook holding on by a thread, guard. I mean, yo, Chris, you might be on to something, bro. You might have sparked something. You might have started something. You might have started something right there. I mean, when you think about most of the players that aren't sticking from South Carolina that aren't sticking in the W are guards. I mean, bro, I will say this new crop of guards they have, though. Pow Pow, I think, is definitely going to stick in the league. Raven Johnson has a future. Malaysia Fulwiley's a star. Tessa Johnson's a pro. But, hey, you ain't lying, though. Chris not lying. You said something, though. Chris. Bro, Chris really not capping. Bro, it's no cap, though. Don Staley really hasn't developed a lot of elite guards. Other than Alicia Gray, who I mentioned earlier, like South Carolina. Okay, hey man, hold on. Krista opened up Pandora's box. Hold on now. I mean, other than Alicia Gray, like a really like top tier guard though. Hey, I don't know, man, and that's crazy to say. Don Staley being one of the best point guards of all time hasn't really developed an elite point guard at South Carolina at the next level. Yo, that's crazy. I never thought about that. I genuinely never thought about that. That's crazy. Oh man, I gotta take a drink of water on that. I gotta just kind of sit here for a second. That's cool. Hey, hold on now. The lineage of guards that have went. I mean, I'm just thinking of recent ones like Bria Bill, like Destiny Henderson, like Zaya Cook. Like they have not found success in the W. Joyce Edwards isn't a guard, but she for sure is going pro. She's going to be South Carolina's next great. I'm telling you right now. Joyce Edwards is absolutely the business. But yeah, I mean the same with Pow Pow. How she transferred from Oregon. Another transplant. That's true, man. Man, I don't know. Wesley, I ain't going to lie, bro. I don't think Joyce Edwards is going to get freshman over the year over Sarah Strong. And it's not because of talent. Because Joyce Edwards is as talented as any guard in the country. But when you look at her, when you look at Jelani Cambridge, when you look at Silas Swartz, like, they're getting more shot attempts, more minutes, more opportunities. There really aren't a lot of freshmen that are going to win Freshman of the Year at South Carolina. And she's been adamant about that. Coach Staley has been adamant about that. You're not going to come to South Carolina and win a lot of individual awards. But Sarah Strong's getting more playing time, more opportunities. You got Kate Koval playing great basketball. Jordan Lee is getting it going now. I mean, Pharaoh, you're right. I think we've seen anybody can get beat on any given night, in my opinion. But Texas, man, they got to get Layla Filia back balling right. TCU got a lot of new faces. They're still gelling. The fact that they started off, they had the start that they've had, Haley Van Lith has brought herself back into the WNBA first round conversation, in my opinion. There might not be a player in the country other than Olivia Miles that's helped their draft stock more than Sedona Prince. And Madison Connor, although she was completely taken out of that game, they ran her off that 3-point line and made her a dribbler and a pick and roll player. Although we saw that is not the strength of her game, she's still been one of the most lethal shooters in the country, man. TCU definitely going to have... I would take TCU over Iowa State. TCU definitely looks like the favorite to win the Big 12. I mean, between them and Baylor. That's what I'm saying. I hate Zia Cook's going to be out the league because she can play. She can play, man. Zia Cook can absolutely help somebody's team. But the last handful of guards for South Carolina that have went to the league, that have went to the W, really are not panning out. They are really not panning out. Yo, Chris, you came and opened Pandora's box, man. But no, this freshman class has been special already, man. This freshman class has already been special. I mean, I just don't think Joyce Edwards is going to get enough reps, enough opportunities to be freshman of the year. That's my only thing. Like, you just don't. They're always gonna. They're always like Sarah Strong is getting over 20, 25 minutes a game right now. You got Jelani Cambridge, who's constantly got the ball. Keomi Miller, who's constantly got the ball. Silas Swords, who's a walking bucket. Kate Koval, who has been a real difference maker for Notre Dame up until like the last 3 games. But she started off the season strong. One of the nation's leading shot blockers. Notre Dame has a legit 5 that can grab rebounds, can score down low, can spread the floor a little bit as well. And I'll tell y'all what, man. Speaking of freshmen that are doing their thing right now, can we talk about one freshman people are not talking about is Jordan Marshall out of Louisiana Tech, bro. She is averaging 14 points, 9 rebounds, and 1.3 assists, but 14 and 10. She basically averaging 14 and 10 as a freshman. When you talk about like freshmen, you got to mention Jordan Marshall in that conversation, man. I mean, 6 foot, kind of a power forward, kind of a wing at this point in time. More so an undersized. She kind of like Anissa Morrow, playing bigger than what she is. But that is definitely a freshman for sure that you got to talk about. A lot of unheralded freshmen. That's the thing. South Carolina plays as a group, so they're not going to win a lot of individual awards. And that's what you know that you're sacrificing by going to South Carolina. You're going to win championships. You're not going to win Player of the Year awards. A lot of these players from South Carolina could go off and start on other teams. But that's the beautiful thing about what they got going in Coach Don Staley's approach. She is one of the only coaches that can get 10 McDonald's All-Americans on one roster and get them to sacrifice for the greater good of the program. Something special about that. Something that it's got to be commended. It's got to be respected. You gotta respect it. But yo, that guards comment is crazy. I had not really thought about that, man. But yeah, I mean, South Carolina really hasn't developed an elite WNBA guard. Malaysia Fort Wiley could be the first, in my opinion. I mean, she's one of the most explosive, well-rounded guards that we've seen come through South Carolina in quite some time. Now, I ain't gonna lie. That big 3, Wesley, that big 3, Flau'jae Johnson looks like a Player of the Year candidate for sure. Michaela Williams went off on Stanford, 30 ball. Anissa Morrow needs some dang help, though. Get her some help. Wesley, get Anissa Morrow some help in that paint, bro. When they go up against Reagan Beers, it's going to be a problem. When they go up against South Carolina, like, LSU's going to have to continue to play fast and shoot a lot of threes because they have no paint presence other than Anissa Morrow. Samaya Smith has not been the player that we've grown accustomed to seeing from last year. Aaliyah Del Rosario, oh my goodness. She really might need to transfer out. Yeah, that's Staley to somebody else. Jersey Wolfenbacher showed us flashes, and I like what we saw. She gave us a couple of good games for LSU. We saw as fans, we saw as spectators, as journalists, as analysts. We saw some good games from Jersey Wolfenbacher, former McDonald's All-American. Missed some seasons due to injury. But she showed some flash. Caitlin Gilbert is a dog. I love that she's finally figuring it out. Cheyenne Day Wilson has provided some solid minutes at point guard. Last Tarapoa has been MIA, but she's coming back from an injury, so we'll give her some grace. But yeah, I think Jada Richard is another really good freshman at LSU that deserves some more playing time as well. But I mean, it's just there are some blatant holes in LSU, man, and I think size is going to be a really big problem. Bro, she looked like Eeyore. She's always lost on the court, like no defensive awareness. They were gassing her up on the off season. I think LSU had low key has a better team than they had last year. I think Miracle Shepherd coming back being 100%, like they bolstered this backcourt, and Coach Kim Mulkey did an exceptional job of building around that big three. I will give them that, but they need Jersey Wolfenbarger or Del Rosario. They need another big to step up. But I like Richard, though. Good ball handler, can score it, plays with confidence. She definitely needs to shoot that rock more, though, when they swing it to her. But, she doesn't turn the ball over, doesn't force the issue. She's poised. I like Richard. Louisiana Gatorade Player of the Year out there, hometown kid, home state kid. I like Richard. Yeah, and I mean, Tiffany Mitchell was good. Zaya Cook, Zaya Cook can play, man. She just needs to get an opportunity. It's a daggone log jam in that LA backcourt, man. But when Zaya Cook has gotten a chance to play, she's cooked. Yeah, Rashard can definitely shoot. But that comes with confidence. That comes with reps. She's a freshman. I think she's playing. Honestly, though, I think she's making a bigger impact than people realize. And she didn't come in with this big 5-star reputation. But now she's added to this rotation. She's been a quality piece. Yep. Give me some more takeaways. Biggest storyline so far. Biggest surprises for y'all right now. Looking at this top 25. Yeah, Cher's out for the year with a back injury, but she was hooping at Kentucky. She was hooping. She's a shooter. She's a baller, man. She would have been a big addition to TCU. I think she's a better player than Madison Connor. Like Sheer would have been a big time scorer for them. Another shooter on this team. Another secondary ball handler to take some pressure off Haley Van Lith because they don't got anybody else that can really handle the ball. Honestly, Maryland and LSU would be a really good game. Maryland got some size though. That would be a really good game. Tennessee and LSU would be a really good game for real, too. I think Maryland would beat LSU before Tennessee. Tennessee beat Iowa, and I think they have a good team. They've got some good size, some good. They're solid depth. They play fast. They're physical. I don't think they're ready for LSU though. Maryland, on the other hand, might be ready for LSU. I'm not gonna hold you. Bro, I've shown this dunk multiple times, but I will throw it up again for y'all. Because Ashlyn Watkins is so disrespectful.
Watkins swatted
I
by
mean, got her
Prince.
shot blocked, runs down, picks
And
Madison
then the
Connor's
steal by
pocket,
Watkins to
coast
take
to
it right
coast,
back.
blows by
Prince
Sonoma
giving
Prince.
chase.
Don't you dump
And Watkins with the
on her head, yo. On her head.
Watkins
I mean, one more
swatted
time.
by Prince.
I got you. On her
And then the steal by
noggin,
Watkins to
the
take
head
it right
tap.
back. Prince giving
So
chase.
don't you
And
jump.
Watkins with the
Head taps. Ashlyn Watkins is filthy for that. She got a dunk every year of her career. Stanford has size, but they didn't have a lot of size. Like, Maryland is a way better team than Stanford. Let's be clear. Stanford is a rebuilding program in a new conference that lost their two best players. Let's be clear now. I'm just saying, y'all. Come on now. Wesley, come on now, bro. Come on now. Come on. Yeah, Maryland is definitely a tougher test. Stanford wasn't even predicted to finish top 5 in the ACC, man. Like, Maryland would definitely give LSU some problems, in my opinion. Yeah, and I mean, we've seen Notre Dame have some lackluster games as well. Who did they lose to last week? They lost to. Did they lose to Utah? Notre Dame lost to Utah like 2 weeks ago. Like they be like Notre Dame, man. You kind of don't know. You kind of don't know who's gonna show up. Like what version of them? You know for sure Hannah Hidalgo gonna show up though. Dude, they had 6'2" on Kim small players. She played her small players. Bro, what do you mean? I saw the depth lineup. Wesley? What are you talking about? They had Michaela Williams at the 4. They had Anissa Morrow at the 5, bro. But what is Anissa Morrow gonna do against Reagan Beers? Like the size is an issue. They're playing to their strengths. Coach Kim Mulkey is an elite coach. Of course, she's gonna play to her strengths. We know that. They have better guard play than they did last year. They have to play small ball. They have no choice but to play small ball. But can you win a championship with that? We really haven't seen that in women's. Bro, what is Rosario gonna do with Reagan Beers? She ain't done nothing positive all year. Rosario is terrible right now. She's just a sophomore. I'm not saying that she can't become a productive player. But right now, today, Reagan Beers is giving Del Rosario 30. Reagan Beers is putting 20 and 15 on Rosario's head. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. That's one play though. You gonna have Big Four out there. She's one of the best shot blocking guards in the country, but that's not reliable. She's not gonna be blocking. She's not gonna be in the paint blocking shots all the time. Like you need a legitimate big. We saw how crucial Angel Reese was. Look Wesley. Look at y'all championship team. No small ball. Like you know what I'm saying. You gotta have a big. You gotta have a big. But I will say LSU, man, you can never count them out. They're scrappy. They gotta continue to make perimeter shots though. If the 3-point shot isn't falling for LSU, they're not winning games. And to be honest, no disrespect, they are the least battle-tested team in the top 4. But I love what they did in the portal. Like I said, they have one of the best 3-headed monsters in the country. Bro, Jersey Wolfenbarger gave 2 good games, 3 good games max. We haven't seen her since. Samaya Smith has not looked like the same player. It's really been the guards. Last Terpoa hasn't looked like the same player. Kaylin Gilbert is a dog, though. She's been a major addition. Kaylin Gilbert went off for 20 plus their last game, led them in scoring. Kaylin Gilbert is a dog. Like when you talk about a player that is always in attack mode, getting downhill, can get to the cup. Yeah, Jersey got to get more physical, man. She's like a buck 60 out there. They got to put some weight on her, some muscle on her. She got to be more physical. She's 6'5", playing like she's 6 foot. But Kaylin Gilbert is a dog. I think they found steady point guard play with Cheyenne Day Wilson. Like the turnovers were such a huge detriment to LSU in the beginning of the season. That has calmed down. They're getting solid point guard play from Cheyenne Day Wilson. They're getting solid minutes from Jada Richard. I think Miracle Shepherd is going to be good for them, especially on the defensive side. You know, they did some good things in the portal. This is not a video where I'm on live just bagging on LSU. Like, I'm not a hater on any team. I can acknowledge the truth though, and I just keep it real. Some people really can't handle that. Like I understand, like it's hard for me to talk about some of y'all's favorite teams and respect. Defend your team. I'm not telling y'all are not always going to agree with me. I'm not always going to agree with y'all, but I'm going to keep it real from what I'm seeing. And I'm going to call out weaknesses on teams when I see a weakness. Del Rosario is definitely a weakness, but LSU, I think, overall has a better roster than they had last year. They're kind of like South Carolina in the fact that they're having to learn to play a different way. But they're going to be in every game. Flau'jae Johnson is unguardable. Michaela Williams is getting back to her form, scoring that basketball. Shots are falling. And Anita Morrow is 6'1", playing like she's 6'6". They got heart. They got scoring. They got perimeter defense. But man, if Coach Kim Mulkey could have landed a big in the portal, she's got 4 top 50 recruits coming in, top 30 recruits actually coming in. None of them are bigs, though. Like, LSU is going to have to get a big at some point. If they don't find anybody to replace Anissa Morrow next year, you really going to be talking about some small ball. LSU has been so dominant on the glass in past years, and that's just not a strength of theirs this year. Prince blocks, but she ain't physical. Yeah, exactly. And Rosario don't even block shots. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Oklahoma, I think, could potentially be a bad matchup for LSU. Yeah, I mean Rosario is terrible, man. She need to give that scholarship up. I mean, she's just a sophomore. I'm not saying a switch can't flip. And maybe it all clicks for her one day and she realizes she's 6'6", the biggest player on this team, and that she can physically impose her will on both sides of the ball. Maybe that happens at some point. Maybe the light comes on. But we just have not seen anything promising so far. Nothing to build on. Yeah, Flau'jae is definitely the best player on LSU. She's the best defender. She takes on the top perimeter threat every night. She's been doing a lot more playmaking this year. She's waited her time, and I felt like she would be the dominant ball handler within this group. She's making plays for others. She's getting to her spots. She's knocking down shots. She's shooting the 3 ball better than she has in the past. Like, yeah, I like Bartlett too. I ain't gonna lie, Bartlett is a player that's intriguing. She hasn't done anything yet, but that's also another piece that could be intriguing. But yeah, Flau'jae, I mean, she's on another level right now, man. Flau'jae really reminds me of a female Dwayne Wade. Yeah, she definitely got bars. She definitely has bars. Yes, I'm right there with you. Yeah, she's multi-talented. She's definitely multi-talented. Yes. Guys, keep hollering at me in the chat. Let me know how y'all feel about some of these mega matchups that we see. Sheesh, we done got 7 new subscribers from the live, man. Y'all the real MVPs, man. I really rock with y'all. I really rock with y'all. I really appreciate y'all, man. I really appreciate y'all. Much love. Much love, man. And y'all, yeah, hey, Wesley, appreciate y'all. Y'all hit that like button, comment, like, subscribe. Follow me on social media at Brandon Lee TV as well. I got some reaction videos. I don't just do basketball. I do all sports. I do music. I do show reviews, movies. I'm giving y'all all types of content, but definitely keeping y'all locked in on the women's hoops. Bro, Wesley, you don't even believe that. You ain't even typed that like you meant it. She ain't gonna do nothing with Reagan Beers, man. Reagan Beers is gonna put 25 and 10 on Rosario's head and keep it moving. But yeah, I mean, I appreciate y'all's support, bro. None of this is possible without you guys. I feel like I got the best chat on YouTube. Y'all always come with the cold hard facts. It's always gonna be respect. We might not always agree with each other, but it's always gonna be respect. I'll always hear y'all out. I try to get as many comments on here as I can. Get to as many comments as I can. It's all love at the end of the day. It's all love. Yeah, I'm with you, Saheed. Reagan Beer's going for 25 and 12. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. She going for 25 and 12. She better use all five of them fouls. Bartley better use all her fouls too. Dead serious. All the fouls. They gotta get physical. When you're small, you gotta rebound as a unit and you gotta be extremely scrappy. But LSU plays fast. A lot of teams with bigs, my strategy would be to run Reagan Beers off the floor. Play fast and run. And she's not gonna be able to keep up with Anissa Morrow either. You gotta get up and down the court. And they do have more depth than they had last year, so they can play that way. I ain't gonna lie to Reagan Beers is definitely gonna be. Hey, LSU might have to go zone. I mean, LSU's always gonna compete. We know that for sure. They always gonna scrap. They always gonna compete, and they're gonna have something to say about that SEC title for sure. But Kayla Williams looks like she done slimmed down some. She's in better shape. She's got one of the best mid-range games in the country. She's shooting the three ball more confident. She just looks more confident, more comfortable all the way around. She's getting to her spots. You can't really keep her off her pivot. Like she's getting to her spots and she's pulling up, knocking down very tough contested shots. She showed a lot in that Stanford game. They definitely would not have won that game without Michaela Williams. I think she looks good. I really think she looks good. If Flage and Anissa Morrow decide to go pro, Anissa Morrow's gone for sure. But if Flage decides to go pro and leave early, they're gonna build this team around Michaela Williams for sure. But yeah, I like what I'm seeing from her. Guys, man, I've been on for about an hour 15 breaking down this top 25, talking about the best topics in women's college hoops. Y'all give me some more ideas, some more let me know some more stories y'all will be interested in, some more topics to cover throughout the week. We got some more lives planned. I definitely got to show y'all love after y'all showed out for this one. So y'all let me know in the comments before we hop off of here. Let me know some topics y'all want to hear me rap about, talk about, and just things y'all would be interested in. Also, make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share, all that good stuff. Join our memberships. We got exclusive content coming daily, weekly, whenever you need it. Y'all have listened to me for an hour 15. It is y'all's time. Y'all got the floor. Holler at me in the comments. Bang those comments. Y'all let me know WNBA updates. Okay. We know Seattle's still a dumpster fire. Jewel Boy trying to get the heck up out of there. We had some expansion drafts teaming, as well as Kate Martin. Two connections to Caitlin Clark teaming up with the Valkyries. Man, I'm gonna drop a video on who the Valkyries who they should draft. Prince George, welcome in, welcome in. I'm gonna do a video on who the Valkyries should draft. I'll get y'all up to date with some more WNBA action as well. Yeah, that was man. Timmy was a really good player, very fun to watch. Um, just a perfect fit to Caitlin's game, to be honest. Nah, I mean Iowa still has a good team. Iowa still has a good team. They have not been able to take care of the basketball without Caitlin, though. I'll tell you that. They have not been able to take care of the basketball without Caitlin. But Iowa's still a good team. Lucy Olson is one of the best players in the country. Um, She'll probably end up being a second round pick in the WNBA draft. Perfect replacement for Caitlin, not in the fact that she's replacing all that production or she is the player that Caitlin is, but just the fact that they really couldn't find anybody else to keep them relevant other than her, to be honest, in that position. But we gotta remember, man, when you talk about Iowa, they not only lost Caitlin, man, they lost Molly Davis, they lost Kate Martin, they lost Gabby Marshall. Like Iowa replacing like four starters, bro. Like that's a lot. It's not just Caitlin Clark that they lost. Most teams would be in a total rebuild, but they're still hanging on and they're still ranked. Yeah, Hannah Stokey, I mean, she's showing a lot as far as her playmaking is taking the next step. She's taking on a bigger role, scoring the basketball, running the offense through the post for her. Lucy, I mean, honestly, they beat Tennessee if they don't turn the ball over 30 times. Iowa cuts down on the turnovers and they're going to be just fine. Addison O'Grady has been one of the just most improved players I've seen. Coach Jensen is the real deal. Sydney Falter with that group still. She'll get back right. I want to see more from McCabe. They got a really good freshman class coming in next year, too. Like, Iowa will be just fine. But I think they're a lot better right now than people thought they would be after losing the best, like the most successful class that they've had come through there. Yeah, Addison Deal is that deal. Addison Deal is that deal. Yeah, hey man, my fantasy team just lost a heartbreaker too, RC. Golly. Hey man, the Cowboys, what they gonna do with quarterback, man? Goodness. Yeah, I would say so. I would agree, see. Lauren Betts is definitely the best center in the country right now. I would agree with that. But yeah, Cowboys lost a tough one on Monday Night Football. They need a running back. They need a quarterback. They need a little bit of everything. CeeDee Lamb, like, get me the hell up out of there. They need Michael Parsons back, Trayvon Diggs. There's all types of nonsense going on. But hey, I'm a Carolina Panthers fan, being from North Carolina, so I definitely can't talk. Shout out Bryce, though. Brandon, I'm gonna be angry if Iowa puts all the pressure on Neal next season. Like, it takes more than one player to bring the title home. Absolutely. And you don't want her to be overwhelmed as a freshman and have her confidence tinkered with. I think Texas is legit. They have a lot of talent. I love the freshman guard, Jordan Lee, Rory Harmon, one of the better point guards in the country. Definitely a first round pick. Madison Booker, AP first team All American preseason. Yeah, it cannot be all on one player. Caitlin Clark is once in a lifetime type of player. And when you talk about the college ranks, you do not see that growing on trees. But Iowa, man, they gotta, if they can get the Davenport kid too, like, they just gotta keep their kids at home, and Iowa will be all right. But yeah, Rory Harmon, unquestioned leader for Texas, man. Hard nosed, great defender, can shoot it, can get to the cup, can finish, has the floater, good layup package, can run the offense for you. You can trust her with the offense to take care of the basketball. Like, yeah, Rory Harmon is tough, man. And Madison Booker really grew up fast last year. Filia definitely, she just got to get back in her bag, man. Like you said, taking a little too many threes. She's got to get back to attacking the cup and just playing her game, taking what the defense gives her and not forcing it. But if they get her back, she was averaging like 19 a game last year. If they get her back to her uh, max capability, like that perimeter game is gonna be tough to guard. Deja Kelly, yeah, I think Deja could possibly get drafted. She's been a nice addition for Oregon. I don't think it was the right move to leave North Carolina, but I mean they've given her the ball and they're pretty much letting her rock out. She's proven though, she's a 3-level scorer. Not really a one, more of a two, but can get some assists when you need her to. Can run the offense a little bit, but more of a scoring guard. Defense has to continue to improve. Rebounding has to continue to improve, like just sharpening on her game. But yeah, I mean, Deja Kelly is a good player. I think if she gets in the right situation, I can see it. Yeah, Devon Burridge. Yeah, she's tough. She's a bucket. You talk about just absolutely saucy with the basketball, bro. Cameron Brink. Somebody said the Cameron Diaz factory made a Kevin Durant. Golly, yeah, Cameron Brink is elite on and off the court. I'm gonna be real with you, Saheed. I haven't seen her in any mock drafts, but yeah, off the dribble, stop and pop, pull up midi, it's elite. It's elite. But no, I haven't really seen her in any mock drafts, but she could be a solid second round pick, man. Like she could be a really good spark off the bench if you need some scoring, a little bit more firepower, experienced player in your backcourt coming out the draft. Or maybe she's an unsigned free agent. Maybe she goes overseas and balls out for a year and comes back. I think Haley Van Lith is playing her way into the first round. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, she's averaging career high in assists. She's averaging like 7 assists per game, 19 points, like 4 rebounds. The turnovers are down, the assists are up. The scoring is back to how she was doing in Louisville, one of her best seasons so far, all the way around. She's running the show for TCU. Like people swore she couldn't play point guard. She's absolutely proven people wrong. She's been super confident getting to her spots, mid range, shooting off balance, making tough contested shots, getting to the bucket, squaring her shoulders, taking on contact. Like she's absolutely found her confidence again, man. Like Haley Van Lith's just been picking her spots and playing some great basketball, in my opinion. She's definitely been one of the best guards in the country. Like salute to her for betting on herself. I know this is her third school in 3 years, but she bet on herself. kind of like a last chance you situation. And she's making the most of her opportunity. A change of scenery was needed. I know we all had a bad taste in our mouths about her when she left LSU. She went overseas and was one of the best players on that 3v3 team, super aggressive. And I think she made a great choice going to TCU. So I love what I'm seeing. The Indiana Fever should absolutely draft Sonya Citron. Sonya Citron should be drafted to the Fever, in my opinion. They can't get her, and Anissa Morrow's there, get her. But Sonya Citron should be the pick for the Fever. Oh, yeah, we talked about Ohio State. Cody McMahon as well as Jelani Cambridge. Dynamic pick and roll duo. Um, Ohio State's going to have something to say in the Big Ten as well, man. They got some size. They got scoring. They've got a really good freshman point guard that's making plays. Now y'all gotta remember y'all gotta remember they're replacing their starting backcourt, man. Like they lost J.C. Sheldon and Celeste Taylor to the WNBA draft, and Jelani Cambridge has come in and filled in admirably. They've just given her the keys to this offense from day one. I don't know if they'll have to trade up to get Citron. I feel like the secret isn't completely out. She's gonna be one of the most underrated players in this draft. Yeah, she's underrated. I don't think they're gonna have to trade to get her. I think she could fall to that A spot. Yeah, Cody McMahon, straight bucket. One of the best players in the Big Ten last year, continuing right where she left off. UConn and Notre Dame. If UConn is healthy, if AZ Fudd is ready to play, I got Notre Dame. Or I got UConn. I got UConn if they're at full strength. But if Maddie Westbeld is playing in this game, that is something to look at as well. Who's going to be the healthiest? But guys, I appreciate y'all so much, man. Y'all really showed out in this live. Great conversation. Y'all keep rocking with me. Hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share. Follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV. Join our memberships. I drop exclusive content weekly for you guys. Chris can tell y'all. Also, man, turn the notifications on so y'all know when I'm going live because you don't want to miss a thing. I'm telling you. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me. We're just getting started, baby. We're building it brick by brick by brick. It's a race to 5,000 subscribers, man. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me. I got the best chat on YouTube, bar none. Tell them to go argue with their mammies. Y'all always bring the energy, bring the noise, and, man, just much respect and love to y'all. I hope everybody has a productive Tuesday. Be great. Continue to push through this week. Let's make a difference. Let's make an impact tomorrow. And we will be back at it again. Y'all keep hollering at me in the comments. Let me know what y'all want to see. Y'all know I'm reading them. I got y'all. Lock in with me. That is a wrap for us. This has been the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Brandon Blakeney, a.k.a. Brandon Lee TV. Until next time, salute to y'all. We out.